Hi, Eric here, and I'm going to teach you how to follow up like a pro. Listen, in our business, people work so hard to generate interest, to find leads, to get people interested in the products, and then they mess it up during the follow up. People just aren't following up professionally. And this is part of what gives our industry such a bad reputation. But forget the reputation, this is hurting your business. Did you know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow up? Let me just say that again. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow up. Now, most people who are pretty good at this business follow up 3 or 4 times and then they give up. And this is a major problem because the vast majority of people require more follow ups. They require more follow ups. And if you're in the business like I am because you want to really help people, you're because you want to change lives, because you really believe in what you're doing, I'm here to tell you guys that you're not going to help people if you give up on them too soon. If they never join or never purchase, how are you helping that person? So I want you to get it out of your head that follow-ups are something that can be annoying or that you're nagging people, or I want you to stop thinking and getting hung up on the fact that you feel like people are ghosting you and not responding. I want you to understand that if you're really in this business because you love people and want to help them, following up is an act of love. It shows people that you care about them. That's why we need to continually stay in touch with them when we tell them we're going to, so that we can fulfill that promise that we said when we were going to help them. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to do it in Teamzy. It is so easy to use the Teamzy system. And while we're doing it, I'm also going to teach you how to be really great at following up without being annoying. You'll never be seen as a nag. Nobody's going to think that you're an annoying salesperson if you follow the principles I'm going to teach as I showed you. So let me just first show you how to do it. When you're doing your power hour each day in Teamzy, you start by sending nice messages to your prospects, right? Just make someone's day messages just to build that relationship and stay in touch. You'll do the same thing with your customer list. And then you're going to talk to the people on your team, let them know you love them, you're thinking about them, that you're available to help them. Then you're going to come over to your follow-ups list and see if you have any follow-ups too. Now, we put people on the follow-ups list, remember, because we've shared with them. They've said, yeah, I'm interested. We've shared a product solution to help them with the problem they have, or we've shared our business opportunity with them. And now we've told them we'll follow up, and now we're going to keep that promise. We've put them on this follow-ups list. So how do we do it? Again, let's say Maynard is the next person up on my follow-ups list. I'll go to scripts. I'm going to get a great follow-up message. And, just use the follow-up messages that I have here in Teamzy because I put them in here to help you guys. Look, follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? I put all 10 of my follow-up scripts in here, by the way, in order. So now you can follow up 10 times and not have to think. We made it easy for you. All right, so copy that script, right? So we'll put that in here to send to Maynard. Okay, change the name. Oops. See if you can type better than, wow. Okay, here we go. I still didn't spell it right, did I? Let me try one more time. There we go. So now I've got this message set up for him. I'll actually go send it to him on Facebook Messenger, let's say, and then log it in Teamzy. Now check this out. When I log this follow-up, Teamzy's going to immediately ask me, does this connect that you logged? Is this going to clear the follow-up? And say, yes, it's checked. Now I can set another follow-up right now if I want to and put it on his record. Okay, so done. Which I highly recommend you do. Make sure you have another follow-up set and go. So that's how you do it. And then I'll go to the next person on the list. In this case, it's Kathy. We'll send her a follow-up. Okay, so again, we'll just grab a follow-up. Maybe she's on follow-up number 3. Great, so I'll grab this one. It says, hi, Jane, I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. And we'll keep following up with her. This is how you follow up with a pro. Don't even think about it. When they're due on your follow-ups list, send them the next one. Okay? Cool? Great. So we log this. Boom. Great. We clear that one. Maybe I'll add another follow-up. The next one's going to be follow-up number 3. Or what did I do? 3. Number 4. Like, it's just a little note for yourself when you're going to follow up with them. Great. Add your follow-up. It's done. So you follow up like a pro. It's really easy. You're just going to work down this list, send people a follow-up. That's it. All you need to do for a follow-up is send them a message. Don't overthink it. Now, let me just teach you the principles behind following up, excuse me, so that you're never annoying. Now, use my scripts. They already follow this. But principle number 1, when you're sending them a follow-up, don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Like, don't say, hey, can you call me, please? Or can you text me? Please respond. Don't ask for a response. Don't ask for any actions from them. okay? Because that can be annoying, especially if they're very busy right now. So don't ask anything of them. Your goal is just to be in front of them, just to stay top of mind with them, okay? The second principle is when you're sending the follow-up message, make sure they can read the whole thing without opening it. You want them to be able to read the message just on the lock screen on the notifications. Okay, why is this? Because most of the time, guys, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but most of the time they're not going to open the message. They're just busy right now. They have good intentions. They mean to open the message later, maybe even respond later. But right now they can't because they're busy. And they don't want to send that read receipt to you and look like a jerk for not responding. So they're just not going to open it. But if you keep it short enough, they can read it without opening it. And so you've achieved your goal because they now have seen your follow-up. They remember that you care, that you're present for them, and you've stayed top of mind. I'm here to tell you guys, when somebody says, yes, I'm interested, only about 20% of them will actually sign up or order in the next week or so. The rest will take longer. This is just the way human beings are. Now, what happens to those other 80%? Most of them won't respond at all to 5, 6, maybe even 7 follow-ups. Nothing. Just the sound of crickets, right? There's nothing happening. And you're like, oh my gosh, she was so interested. Why is she ghosting me? She's not ghosting you. She has a life. You guys do it too. Message comes in, wrong moment. I'll save that for later. I'll get it later. Maybe you forget. Okay? Just when you tell somebody, yeah, I'm going to stay in touch with you. I'm here to serve you. I want to help you. Mean it. Let Teamzy be your guide. 80% of all business falls through the cracks in our business, not with Teamzy. You guys have the system. It's watertight. Get people in there. When there's interest, put them on that follow-up list and keep them on there. Somebody might be on that follow-up list for a year. Are you going to follow up every day for a year? Of course not. Back off a little. Put some time between them, but keep following up. Keep following up, right? People always ask me, well, how often would you follow up? And if I had somebody, this is just me, but if I had somebody very interested, I might follow up a couple times in a row at the very beginning. Then I'll start backing it off, putting a little time between each follow-up. But I'm going to stay there with them, stay present with them, and remind them that I care. Because when you give up on somebody because you're worried that you're following up too much, you're actually sending them the message you don't care about them. And we want to send the message that I'm somebody who keeps my promises. I told you I'd follow up. I told you I'd be here to help you, and I'm here. And I guarantee you guys, people will respond eventually, and they will say, thank you. Thank you so much for following up. I really appreciate your level of care. I really appreciate that you didn't give up on me. And guess what? When those people join your team, they already know how to do it. You've modeled it for them. They understand the process. Does this make sense? So just remember, when you're working Teamzy and you're generating interest, putting people on that follow-ups list, the follow-ups list is where the magic happens. Every single month when you're consistently following up with those people that you've moved over to that interest list, that follow-ups list, they're going to convert. Every month, people will be converting. You'll be qualifying for your bonuses. You'll be ranking up consistently. And you'll see that consistent activity that we always see. The average results, 21 customers and 9 recruits over 90 days, is average across all the users of Teamzy. Isn't that cool? So we want that for you too. Hopefully this was helpful. God bless you guys. Thank you for being part of our Teamzy family. That's how you follow up like a pro.